It's day 11 of Vlogmas 2023, and today we find ourselves still in North Austin because we just got done filming day 10. We're at Williamson County now. Williamson County Park, otherwise known as Wilco, is one of my favorite, most fun tracks to play in North Austin. The way I see it, you know, we got our Northside players, we got our Southside players here in Austin. When there's traffic during the week, no one really wants to deal with that. You kind of just stay in your region, you play. And there's a dichotomy of courses here that I really like. I feel like there's almost some matching courses. Like, to me, Wilco reminds me of Circle C in a lot of ways. Some of the different shot shapes, a lot of the sharp dog legs, forehand friendly in a lot of spots. Seawright Cat Hollow kind of has some of those vibes to me. But whether you like playing in the woods or playing in the open, North and South Austin both have great options for you. And I'm stoked to show you guys some of the lines out here at Wilco. Wilco's a course with a ton of character, and hole 1 is definitely one of those holes. You got these crossbars of these beautiful oaks here hanging in the way. So we got some horizontal gapping, which you don't always see as a challenge in disc golf, at least in terms of like the main hole design. The tools get used here. You can play a low shot, but I feel like the ground play is kind of a gamble here. Taking that high arcing, straight, slight turning shot with your glow penny putter is going to be the perfect choice. So if you don't have one, go get one now. It does stuff like this. Straight out the car, over from Benbrook, and we're about to race the daylight to get day 11 done. And shots like that are going to help us get through this course pretty fast. Wilco is a course, more so than any in Austin. I've heard people mention or post on fellow disc golfers, our Austin Facebook group, that they've seen rattlesnakes out here, so you got to keep your eyes out. Rattlesnakes, cactus, all that types of stuff. Hole 2 is a 570-foot par 4. You got to play a sharp, bending shot to the left here off the tee, unless you're trying to get risky and go way over those oaks in the back. But I don't want to go looking for my disc today, trying to keep it in the fairway. Utilize the stability, the overstability of the chupacabra. Skip. Hopefully it sits in the middle. Should be relatively short, straight approach. We got those fall colors popping out here, Wilco. I popped that skip a little bit too far off to the left. Got a pinch. Razzo's forehand. See if I can execute it. Go. Skip. Heck yeah. Razzo's, I feel like it's shaped well for forehand and backhand. I haven't really thrown that small of a rim on forehand in quite some time, so still kind of figuring out the release points, but I find that it's probably going to have some use when I'm throwing some scramble shots in the woods. Ooh, what? Strong and high. Caught that band, and I said, elevator to the lobby, please. Let's go. Glue on it, just nose its way into the chains, even if you miss by a centimeter. Hole 3 offers the opposite look of hole 2. This time, quick bend to the right and then finishing straight towards the basket. Once again, going to be in that 600 or so range on this hole. I forget exactly. I'm not ready to go back to the phone. We got time to. And that's all the time we got. Warbird is my straighter, flatter one. Trying to bite off a lot here. Big skip, come on. Oh, got just to that back wall. Pushed it a little bit deep. Should have another lean out forehand. Well, clearly my ranges at Wilco are a little rusty. How deep? Honestly, nothing. All right, penny putter out. This time, alpha penny putter into the basket. little tall on that shot. Let it get way higher than I intended to. I wanted to really slide that one up to the basket. But we got a putt for par. Had to put back into that sunshine, but when you're putting bluebonnets, they thrive off that kind of stuff. Hole 4 is only 223 feet, but it's a very specific challenge. There's this bait of a right side outside gap that really is hard to bring it all the way back to the basket. I think that one's probably lesser traveled, but it does entice some players because it feels bigger. Straight ahead is going to be the way to attack this one with a disc that you know is going to skip back to the left. I usually don't throw a disc like a chupacabra on 9-speed on this short of a shot, but when I know I need to skip like this one, I'm going to go to the fan grip, try to get creative here. Big skip, come on, do it for me. Maybe that's why I don't do it. I think I felt like it was good and I'm like 40 feet long. Loving the high chains today. Here, Wilco. Don't forget to bring some water for your little doggo. Right at home. Hole 5 is 560 feet. It's a snaking hole. You go straight, and then it bends to the right for that middle third, and then it kind of straightens back out a little bit. A couple ways to play it. You can play a forehand low, kind of give yourself a setup shot into the green, or you can get aggressive. Pop it over the top, which I like to. Try to give yourself a long wicked eagle and maybe park it with a tumbleweed. Mandatory, keep you away from that fairway. You're doing some headwind, so let's see how it affects the play here. I actually really like the look of that. Came out on some hyzer and just held to the right for the entire time. Let's see where it's at. I feel good about there's a chance of it putting. A little heavy on the turn off the tee there. It's close. Back up to the hit the line on that tomahawk, but needed quite a bit more oomph on it. We got our circle through. We gotta get some pop on that thing. Even though I'm taking par, I think it's always worth going for that eagle here for me, because even when I throw a bad shot, a lot of times I can score birdie or at least a stress-free par. Whereas up the middle, sometimes you can mess up early and then who knows what'll happen. Hole 6 is 323 feet. It's a par 3 and it shapes beautifully for the right-hand backhand turnover with maybe your fairway driver or mid-range. I'm going with my Texas Ranger here. Give it the height, hit it hard. Weak through those cedar branches that are reaching out on the right side, and looks like I slid up pretty close. You know, I've known about the Lone Star lineup. There's certain discs I was super ready to try out once I got my hands on this Texas-made plastic, and the Texas Ranger is probably the biggest dark horse so far of discs I didn't expect to love that I'm really digging on. This one's in that Charlie plastic, I believe. Who doesn't love a beautiful clear disc? And a cowboy hat. We all love cowboy hats. Hole 7 is one of those dead straight, true holes, those gauntlet style holes that a lot of you woods players love. Mandatory keeping us honest over here, not allowing you to play across this other fairway. It's about 270 feet, so right in that mid-range putter, tweener range, especially with the low ceiling. Here's my alpha penny putter. Man, that disc is so true to the angle that you release it on and can handle quite a bit of power. Also is good at being a touchy thrower, so penny putter, also a disc that I instantly fell in love with. First flight. penny, putter, park job. Simple as that. And 8 we trust. And we're on to hole 8. One of the longer walks, transition-wise from hole to hole, but it sets you up for one of the signature holes on the course. An Eagle Bull par 5 that I'm licking my chops. I'm ready. Let's go. Well, I think that shows you guys how long it's been since I played Wilco. This is the par 3. Next hole is the one I was talking about. Hole 8's a good one though. Double mandatory, keeping you straight. And it finishes tucked off to the right at the end. It's 325 feet. Tailor-made for a long forehand. There's another hole in the back 9 that shape's very similar. So if you have success on this hole, I think it helps build a rhythm going into that hole. I forget the exact number. Stable warbird, we do have the headwind. We got a front kind of blowing in on us later in the day today. Needs a flat, that'll work. Pressing it flat, give me that late bait. Oh, a little strong. Got to that back wall quick, but not too mad at it. It's usually beefing out on me, so I wasn't gonna let it make me look smaller. We go back to back armadillo forehand putts. Woo! He got greedy. Reminding me that he does bite a little bit. Mess up a shot. Fulgerson. Hole 9 is a 795-foot par 5. Pretty difficult if you have to take the tunnel here. I'm very lucky to be able to bomb it over the top and just play my shot into the open, try to go for eagle on this hole. I've always really loved playing on this one. And we have a bomber's wind, so we're gonna let the warbird fly, going with my straighter one. High and hard. Oh yeah. Get there. That's gonna be great, you guys. We're gonna have an opportunity to score the big bird and get some strokes back on the previous hole. 350 feet in, right where I want to be. Ideally, maybe a little bit further left, so I have another high hyzer available to me. But I gotta go low. Play the forehand, low warbird. Make sure to come out on hyzer. Maybe skip in for albatross. A little ahead of ourselves. Anyway, we're putting for the big bird. Circles ahead for strokes on, folks. All right, just in the circle 2. Hash game with the blue bonnet. Pendulum fade every time. Blue bonnet. Really been finding a good feel for this disc. And I can't wait to beat one up to be a little bit straighter, so I don't have to work it as flat on some of those long putts. Hole 10 is sub 200 feet, and this par 3 is one of the many holes that favor a right-hand forehand out here at Wilco, not only because of the shot shape, but because of the low ceiling and the ability for the forehand to get a nice penetrating skip. I'm going horny-toed. The Delta 2 plastic here. Use this left side of the tee box, open up the line. I don't need the lights here. It was right on line, but just got a little baby 1-foot skip instead of flaring off. But I came in with some birdie energy, not ace energy, pace-wise into the basket. Easy as 1-2 with the horny turn. Gotta love the artwork too. A little bit of nature, a little gothic, you know. You got cactus, you got everything. I mean, let's continue. You got the duality with the moon-sun combo. Duality here, life and death. It's all there. Well thought out stamp. Hole 11 is a similar distance to the last one. Dead straight this time. Really take your putter of choice on that backhand hyzer for a right-hand player. And decide whether you want a birdie or you want an ace run. Low penny. Hint of hyzer. Basket height. Or just dead straight basket height. Everybody put your hands up.
What song is that?
I forgot the rest of the lyrics. I was lost in between about 4 or 5 songs there, so you can fill in your favorite hands up song in the comments below. There's another birdie. Stacking them up. Let's go. We got 3 straight holes in that sub 200 or right around 200 foot range. This time we're bending pretty hard to the left. Kind of cool how they do that. The first one finishes right, second one dead straight, third one going left. So you got this little birdie run here in the middle, the beginning of the back 9. That has a shot shape for any kind of player. I really like that out of the design. It's little things like that that make a course go from good to great. Gonna go horny toad, wide right. Yep, another bullseye. 5 down through the last 4. We're rolling. Another dapper tapper. Got the birdie gulch. Let's see if we can keep it going. Hole 13's mid 500s distance wise. Plays dead straight for at least about 500 of it and then jogs off to the right through a little chute. I've always kind of dreamed of getting the eagle on this one. A lot of times I'll take just a big flex shot, try to get down there to the mount. But I really want to get this too, so I'm gonna go tumbleweed. Try to play the roller at these 2 little short shrubby oak trees down there. Hope that I'm protected from this one. Go. Come on. I just pushed into the long grass deep. A little more speed, and I think I would have cut that turn a bit tighter and really could have had a chance on that landing. It was close. Property caught me off guard for a second. I had to double take. And there's a birdie. I really want to get this too one day, and I know I will. Hole 14 is the big brother to hole 8. It's about 347 feet. Doesn't need the double mandatories though, because this gap is just a little bit more hairy, forcing you to play it straight unless you have that massive forehand power. I want to go big high turning shot. I'm gonna try to redeem myself though. Kind of throw the same exact shot I threw on hole 8 with this warbird, knowing that there's a little more distance here, so it should have time to fight out. I like that a lot. Talk nice to me. There it is. Stay down on the putt. Hole 15's playing back into that beautiful sunset, always late in the day here at Wilco. Unless you somehow reverse the course, and if so, let me know. I'd like to come play it. 400 feet, pretty dead straight, low shrubage either way. I want to showcase the hyzer flip abilities of this Wrangler on the right side of this little tree, and watch it stand up throughout the flight. Oh yeah. Beautiful stand up throughout, kind of skip left of the basket. Take a long look here. Not able to pick up the elusive 15th. 3 holes to go out here at Wilco. Hole 16's 356 feet. Plays as a sweeping hyzer shot. Kind of pick your distance and pick how high you want to come into the basket. I'm going to go with the midi, showcase its stability here and its range. Come out on heavy hyzer. Try to get some straight ground play that mid-range likes to get. I like the feel of that one. Let's see how it looks. She's full party. here on 16. Hole 17 is definitely one of the signature, most memorable holes out here at Wilco. Essentially dead straight. You can see the basket way up there past that group of people. In the upper 600s range, I would guess. And there are a couple options to go crazy over the top, but they're not super fruitful. So I'm gonna take my Frio. I just flip it up the middle. I think the more I throw this disc, the more I'm really gonna love it.
Hate it.
I love those trees. All right, the Frio was early, got kicked out, fortunately, and I've got 325 in. It's a great opportunity to showcase how long the penny putter can really fly. Going power grip, Anheuser here. I mean, if I'm not selling a penny putter to you guys right now, I don't know how else to do it. Just go grab one and start throwing it. It doesn't matter what plastic, you're gonna like it and you're gonna find a use for it. Glow penny putter park job from about 330. I've noticed the glow one, it's a little bit softer, so it lands on the ground a bit softer and doesn't move as much as the alpha one. And it holds the turning shape a little bit better or a little bit easier without having to really set the angle as much. And I feel like I have room to bag multiple pennies based off of those different characteristics and still find a lot of use for both of them. We've got one hole to go and we're racing that sun, but we've kind of hit a roadblock. We got an 8-sim up there. You know, I love playing with the buddies. That might be a bit excessive unless you're really just letting everyone play through, and at that point, just, you know, break it up into 2 groups of 4, still have fun. Maybe after 9 holes, y'all stop, y'all talk, chat about whatever stories happen, and then maybe you switch up the cards, you know, and then you can play with your other buddies on the back 9. Hopefully we'll get done while y'all can still see the shot. We don't have to go to the glow penny, because I want to throw the alpha penny here. Hole 18 is essentially dead straight, 261 feet, plays slightly up the hill the whole way, and there is a restricted ceiling by this first tree on the left. I'm gonna go penny putter, power grip, hyzer. Got flat on it. It's gonna need to kick back left for me. Ooh, push through straight. It's gonna be a hairy putt. We'll see. All right, one last look at birdie here on day 11. And we got it. Penny putter off the tee. Bloom on it into the basket. Finishing up before the gorgeous sunset. And that's once again been 18 holes at Williamson County Disc Golf Course, otherwise known as Wilco. It's a fun track, a lot of forehand shots, a lot of backhand shots, a good mix out here. Shot shapes that really anyone can appreciate and anyone can enjoy. Just watch out for those snakes and make sure not to turn your eyes on a bad shot because the rough can be thick out here. For Lone Star Disc and OTB Discs, I'm Connor O'Reilly. Thank you guys so much for joining for Vlogmas. It's been a great journey over the last 3 years, and this season it's been nice to have a lot of new faces here watching. We hope to keep it rolling, and we're almost halfway through our 25 days, 25 different courses. Don't miss out, we still got a couple big giveaways to go and a lot of fun, exciting action.